Welcome back, survivors, to Harry's Apocalypse Farm. It's episode 5, with me, MrSealyP. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have you back again. Survivors banding together. And on that note, we had a very interesting encounter last night. Let me just show you what's going on. We are into October. We have got some things to collect. I've been gathering up my equipment and tools and things, piling things up, and yeah, we're going to need more seed, and I know where there is some. Like I said, there's some, well, not seed, but bags of oats that we can turn to seed, which is great. Our fields we planted are growing. I mean, you can't hold that, can you? Look. We're off, we're running, we got crops in the ground. Now, my initial plan in the last episode, I was talking about chicken coop, which we might still do, and in this episode, and allotment potentially. Again, I'm not sure, because let me explain. I've got some deliveries to do. I've got to take some stuff to Derek. I parked this in the driveway, and what I've been doing, I got this tip from Derek Bieri actually, Vice Grip Garage. When he parks up his rigs, how he refers them, in different locations, especially the classic muscle cars, stuff like that, he will either take leads out or relays, or switch a couple of leads around. So if someone gets into the car, it just won't start. They can't get it to run. I've got another interesting story about something along those lines. So I've done that. That's been reconnected. So I'll explain as we go. So last night I was out and around, and I heard noises out in the field behind. And kind of, panic mode goes in. Stuff's being stolen, no different to what I've been doing. Like I say, it's that thing of people are just trying to survive. And I encountered some people, a group, out from the town, led by a chap called Feldin. And it's a survivor group. I know that sounds really weird. That sounds like a plane crash type thing. So, people, survivors, no. They are referred to as survivors helping other people. S.H.O.P. That's pretty cool. And Feldin genuinely did reach out to me with this idea. And they will go out and they'll harvest fields, and they'll supply food if they can, and ideas, blueprints, which is an important one for me today. Blueprints of equipment, things you can build, make, ideas. It's just kind of plans, I guess, plans and blueprints. So you can go and gather materials, and I wouldn't know where to begin. I'm going to hand my stuff off to Derek. So they were in the field behind where I am, because they were coming out to harvest sugarcane as a community, a cooperative. So I've offered my services and said, look, I will help you do the harvest in whatever capacity you need me to do. Barter, trade, that kind of thing. So the deal is, if there's any sugarcane left over, I can have it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't have a silo. I guess I will just pile it up, but I suppose when you do that, it could just rot. Yeah, not sure about that one. But they're going to give me a plan, a blueprint to give to Derek to make something for this piece of equipment, which actually, it's not the bizarrest thing. It's like I said, the community, generally speaking, is a fantastic thing anyway. But now we've got a survivors community. Someone messaged the other day, I got a super sticker donation, and it said, I'm a survivor. I think it's brilliant, fantastic. So people are really warming to it, and you know, I've had a few comments, people saying they're really hooked, and that's great. I love that. I'm loving it. If people are loving it, that's absolutely awesome. I don't know what's happened. The lorry's gone, look. Lorry's gone. I'm going to open the barrier this time. So we're going to go and get some metal. The other thing I said I was going to do was check the spinnery to see if there was any fabric, because Derek said he could sort me out some forks. He's going to try and fabricate a bucket for me. I also want to, I might have to take a couple of things of metal, so I might do a couple of trips down to him. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be... Oh, hang on, look. That disappeared. Oh, yes. That's what I was talking about. That had gone into the tarmac. It had vanished into the shadow realm. I've got to put that somewhere where that's not going to disappear, and I'll come back and get that. If I leave that out, it's going to be taken, isn't it? But let's put it on there. At least I know it's safe. I'll come back for that later. If I remember. Which is brilliant. Yeah, so the front wagon was taken. The lorry portion. Oh no, it's there. I wonder if someone tried to get away in it or hotwire it, or they didn't get very far. The entanglement with the tree. It's always a good way to end, isn't it? Oh, not end. No, that's the journey. I don't mean... No, that was not what I meant to say. But, okay, it's over there now. They didn't get far, let's just put it that way. So Derek's going to work on a set of forks with straps. So we need some fabric so we can do the straps. A bucket. I want to build a little bridge on my property over to, you know, I don't mind going through the water, but I think a little metal bridge might be quite cool. So we'll take some metal over. Once I've got a bucket, I can transport some ore to them as a commodity that I can trade. At the end of the day, that's kind of... Let's get the lights on there. I wonder if I can do two at a time. We can certainly try, can't we? Narrow that up. I'm still driving forward. Actually, no, I'm going to do. I want to change driving direction. Just to make it a bit easier while I'm doing this bit. And then, yeah, so I'm going to do sugarcane harvest. I'll get a blueprint. The blueprint is something for this, which I think is going to be absolutely mint. And it will solve a problem that I've mentioned already, that I've got. So, yeah, the community are helping, and that's absolutely brilliant. I'm loving that. Loving that. I'm also, again, I'm trying, and I think I'm succeeding. I'm using things I haven't used before. I tend to fall back on the same bits of equipment, the same things, and that was another reason for this, was to try out some different stuff, try out some different methods. Like I said, use smaller equipment rather than constantly going for larger and larger stuff each time. Could I do that? I never in a million years would have thought to use this. We found it, and as it transpires, it's going to be far more useful, and you wait till you see what the blueprint is that they're going to give me. Wow. Again, it's one of those things that you would skip by and not probably pay the blindest bit of notice to, but in this scenario especially, it's going to pay dividends. So yeah, we'll get a bit of harvesting done in this episode as well, which I'm quite happy about. What we'll do is we'll go this way. We can swing past the spinnery on the way, check out and see if there's any fabrics. If there is, I can always come back and grab a thing of fabric, and then I've supplied Derek with the stuff he needs. Can I get through the trees with this? Probably. I can certainly try. Where's the fence end? Nope, not there. Yeah, we'll get through here. Actually, what I probably should be doing is switch back and go this way. There we go. Got that lifted. Right. So what we'll do, we'll go along, check out the spinnery, head back. I still didn't check out, a couple of messages said, I know I'm forgetful. There's so much going on here. I keep trying to reiterate that point. There's so much going on. There's so much stuff scattered. So many places I haven't searched yet. So many things I need to go and look at. So many things I've probably forgotten. I know. People said you didn't check the farm. You said you were going to go and look at that other farm. Yep, I forgot. So we'll go and check that out. Some of the stuff is going to prove quite tricky further down the line, depending on what equipment and machinery you're using, I guess. So, spinnery's just up here. Check out this. We walked around because we picked up the little six-wheeler, didn't we? But I didn't... Did I go all the way around the spinnery? I don't think I did. Or did I? People messaging say about toys and things that I've missed. And again, yeah, I know. I'll come across stuff. Or maybe not. There we go. Got a fabric. Nice. I'll come back for that later on. Didn't think to check. Oh no, this is not one that opens, is it? I wonder if that was delivering here. Nice. I think we only need one. These aren't pick upable by hand. No, they're not, are they? So, shall I go and check out? I'm very conscious of the fact I've got a lot to get done in this episode because I want to get that sugarcane harvest done because I want to get the blueprint off to Derek to start work on the next bit. But I suppose I can get the blueprint sorted out and then the next episode show you what that is because I think that's going to be just game changer. I'm going to leave the barriers open because, like I said, people are aware I'm around now. The fact this community have reached out as well, and they're happy to help me. So if there's things I need help with, they might be able to come out and help with, harvesting or whatever it is, collecting stuff. It's just an exchange of information. Like I said, it's just a barter trade system, isn't it? It's finding things, people will trade information, and if that can help out, if I can help them with a bit of food, if they can help me with a bit of something, and then further down the line, it'll be I owe them something, they owe me something. A little bit like when I was doing subscriber contracts along those lines, but it's just... Can I remember? Oh, I was going to check over here as well, wasn't I? For stuff, because I haven't actually been down here yet. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I thought it was something there. No, boat. So, I mean, people are... it's not so bad now. As long as you say hello. Got a tub. Is that decorative? Nope. We have a rake. A rake and a tub. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but... okay. Well, I know they're here. Again, could be something someone wants. Trade. Hand in. I don't know if they melt down plastics and use stuff like that. No idea. And then we're going to whiz across the road here. Check out the farm. I don't know what's here. So, this is the thing. I don't know where stuff is. There could be stuff in it. And if I'm going to fly past things, I'm just very conscious each episode I'm spending a long time searching for things, which is kind of the point. I know I had had a direct message just saying, just get on with the farming. That's not the point. I don't know. Anyway, like I say, I just try and take it on the chin and smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave. Ah! Oh. If only I'd found this sooner. What was it, last episode? We traded and got that little tanker thing. So now we've found another tanker. Oh well. That might be it, actually. Is there anything else? Oh, it does open. I was going to say, does it open? Nothing in there. Old tyre. What's that? That's a fangled piece of equipment. Lizard Z406 Orlick. Is that potato or sugar beet? There's a harvester, isn't it? It's not just a topper. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Okay. Potato or sugar beet harvester. That's going to come in handy. Horses. It's horses. There's a foal, look. I was going to say, should I let them free? But the thing's already open. Maybe they do. Maybe they do run free and they just... I wonder if someone's feeding them or something. Potentially. Maybe I can bring them some feed. I don't own them, so I don't think I can ride them. Look at that! Oh, I thought that was sinking into the ground then. I was like, what is happening? Quicksand, quick, get them out. Oh, that's cool. Okay. There might be here. I really have got to get down to Derek. Right, let's take stuff down to Derek, drop it off, get back, and let's get that sugarcane at least started. And then I can swap out these pallet forks for a set of pallet forks with straps, which I think will be more beneficial. That's the engine running again, I've got to be careful. Something I wanted to point out. In the last episode, when I pulled up the little 4x4 and the fuel ran out, it was mentioned that I had set that up. Trust me, I'm not that organised. I'm not... To get that to do that absolutely perfectly as it did, no way. I did not set that up. I don't know how it did it. I mean, I do know how it did it. I used the fuel. But, yeah, that was not intentional. It was one of those weird kind of happy coincidences. I don't know why I didn't just go round. Let's get the barrier open anyway, why not? The other thing as well is, it's all well and good in the smaller stuff. Can I get bigger machinery through here, potentially? Mind you, if I move that bus out the way, if we can get that started at some point, maybe we can get round. It's still quicker going across this bit, I suppose. Right. Let's do this. Did I mention the last episode? I don't know if I did. And again, it depends. Every episode I've done so far, because I'm getting so kind of into it and excited by it, I'm getting to the end and I've got way more recorded than I've got time for, and I'm having to edit out big chunks, so potentially chunks of this will disappear as well. But I did think about maybe doing a stream where it wouldn't interfere with too badly the actual Let's Play itself, but I can go and search the rest of the map. So I do a stream where I'm interacting with everyone, but I'm searching all the other areas, out to the periphery, out to the edges, the corners of, you know, the four corners of the world. We'll go and search. And then that way, it's not too integral to the storyline, but I can do the next episode and say, look, this is what we found on the stream. If you want to watch the stream, you can. If you're not into watching streams and you just want to watch the episodes, then you can. Maybe. Yeah. It's an idea anyway. Right, so we'll drop these off for Derek and get back. It's just before 10. I took both the fabrics over, so Derek is now beavering away on a new set of forks with straps and potentially a bucket as well. There was 2 big rolls of metal that went over, so yeah, all should be well. And here is the gear that survivors helping other people, community, I say dropped off. Like I say, they were coming to check on the crop last night, and they were down. If you follow this track down here, that track runs down behind this sugarcane field, right onto there are my trees at the back of where I am. And I haven't got. Like I say, it's like a colander. There's holes everywhere in the perimeter, if you want to call it that. Which I suppose moving forward, I could probably do with bolstering up a little bit. Not so much from the people in town or around here anymore, but I suppose if you go out to the north, people coming in, not just from the north, yeah, east, west, any direction. So yeah, when I said I'd help, they brought the stuff up, and it's here. And we got there's some old gear. The old Volvo is a trail behind sugarcane harvester and a couple of trailers. So I think we'll do one trailer. I don't think we'll do both at the same time. That'll be a bit overkill potentially. Let's do that and do one. I'm not even sure where I've got to take it to. Whether they've got a storage facility or something. I have no idea. I just don't know. Do we need to pipe out or anything? Attach, what? Oh, that's the trailer, but I was thinking, why do all the sudden does it need to say attach? Pipe out? There we go, that's over the trailer. Let's do... God, this is a fairly small tractor for this rig, I guess. I don't know, I've got to be careful here. Might have to come back the other way as well, just because of the... Oh, you know what I was going to say? It was really weird driving on the road because the trailer was sat at such a strange angle, but I suppose it's designed to hook up like that. I don't know how much we're going to end up with. Probably, I mean, sugarcane's like sugar beet potatoes, anything like that. Loads and loads of the stuff. These telegraph poles aren't going to help much, are they? Let's get around that. If I miss any, we'll come back. It's not a problem. We can do that. Which it looks like we are going to do. And we'll get this done. It was, I suppose it's that thing, it was almost a comfort. It's that strange scenario you get when you go camping. I think I've mentioned this before. It's funny how you're behind a very, very thin piece of fabric, whatever your tent may be made out of. Yet you feel almost invulnerable inside a tent, and people seem to think they're soundproof, and people will just talk normally, and you feel very secure and safe. But it doesn't really offer any protection at all, other than from the elements, really. And this was the same. Bearing in mind, this is where we are. This is where we're based. I'm going to put those lights on, so it's a bit dim. We've got a bit of a fence here. This was kind of a protection in a way. I felt kind of like, you know. But the flip side of that is, if people are trying to get up close to your property, it's a very good way of keeping yourself hidden to get up close to the property. So I suppose really I need a clearer area out here, not, yeah, whilst it did feel like it offered some kind of security. Yeah, look, I mean, look, we've got gaps everywhere. The fence only goes to here, then stops, and then we're out into the field, aren't we? There's some fencing around that side. I suppose I could, if I wanted to, just fence in around the property or the building itself, but then it doesn't protect my crops or anything like that. But I don't know. I mean, to put a concrete wall round or a fence all the way around, that's going to be a big old proposition, isn't it? So once I've done a full circuit, again, hoping I don't hit any fences, it's really difficult to see what we're actually cutting here. I'll be able to get a better idea whether or not I've missed any on the first run round, which I think it's really hard to tell. It's a very narrow harvester, and it's going to take a while, but we'll keep cracking on. That's all we can do. Oh, he says. Using a community tractor and made a right old mess of it. So I don't know. Yeah, these trees are ever so close this side. Whether I'm better off coming around the other way. That means driving over the crop, which I don't really want to do. Let's have a look behind us. Let's survey the damage. Have we left any? Yeah, a little bit here. So we've missed a few little bit. I guess what I can do is I'll do the rounds. We'll go around, and at the end, if I've missed any straggly bits, we can always go and, yeah, look, there's some bits here. We can always go and gather them up, can't we? And if there is anything left, I mean, I suppose I could just... It's probably handy keeping hold of it, though. Somebody did suggest... Was it sugarcane? Because you can ferment it, can't you? You can make a kind of moonshine. You can do it with corn. I mean, there's all sorts of, you know, barley and all sorts of things you can make, you know, barley wines. And I mean, I suppose pretty much anything you could make into an adult wobble pop, and but it'd be a nice thing for the survivors when they get together, you know, these little community gatherings and things. I don't know if anyone else will come out and do any of this, but I did say I would do it. And then once the harvest is done, I guess the equipment will just disappear again. They'll take it back and put it wherever they store their gear. I don't pry. I don't, you know, they don't trust me yet. I don't really know them, but this is a good show of faith. It's a good show of what I'm prepared to do to help out. Okay, so one pass. We're not, you know, I thought we'd be full. I thought it'd be, you know, one pass, it's all going to be done, and then what do we do? No, that's not going to work, is it? As I say, I'll see if I can swing round, but because it's multiple points of articulation. So I guess for me, it's a little bit more of the same. Hopefully by the time I've got all this done, what time is it now? Just gone 10:05. Maybe Derek will be done with some of my gear, potentially. If not, and again, not the end of the world. What I might do is... How did I miss that bit right there? It's right at the start. Obviously better drive over, potentially. I still need a trailer, that's the thing. Because I thought, well, what we'll do... Oh yeah, I need to come back and do these bits here. I'll go and get some of the lumber from the sawmill. Oh, we did. I didn't even say that, did I, at the start? Did I do them? There should be a couple of clips of me. You know, that tree I cut down, the end of the last episode, completely forgot about that. The tree I cut down the end of the last episode, I took that in sections to the sawmill. And again, there's no one there. I don't know if anyone's running it. I don't know what the situation is. I mean, when people arrive or turn up or start, people might just hide. I don't know for the time being. So I thought, what I'll do, rather than just turn up, take some planks, boards, whatever it is I need, I'll leave something, you know, I'll leave wood so that they can turn more. I suppose that's maybe not the best way to go about it, but it's certainly better than just taking stuff without, you know, leaving anything. At least I'm showing willing, I don't know, maybe. So go and get some wood and then we can get the first allotment done. That was another reason why I needed more seed. I'm pretty sure the allotment is going to need manure. I know I can get, because we've already done manure. I think it's just water manure. We've got water here on site and potentially seed. And seed we can make now in our little mixer. So not quite as popular a band as Little Mix, but Little Mixer, they did alright, you know. Didn't really cement themselves into the pop culture. You're welcome. You are so welcome. Right. See you in a little while. This needs to be done. First full offload. 40,000 litres. Actually, this Volvo pulled these trailers no problem at all. I'm just thinking, I don't need to tip it that high. I'm not tipping into a trailer, do I? If I can just tip rather than lift. I don't have to lift to tip, do I? I'm sure I don't. Yeah, it doesn't need to be that high up, does it? I don't think. Don't do sugarcane very often. Last time I did it was on Mars, and I used a different harvester entirely. So this is a bit of a different different feel to it. I'll get the controls in a minute. Yeah, I don't need to be. Yeah, I can tip. Yeah. Look, it's so much easier. Right, then it'll be off away. Next load. What was that looking at? So I'm going to need to do that again. Have I got enough left on the field? I don't know. Oh, even if I don't come out of it with anything, it doesn't matter, because it's about the blueprint, it's about doing something for someone else, gaining a bit of trust, a bit of respect between people, you know, that kind of thing. That's what I'm going for. As you can see, it's a little bit later. It's done. We cleared it. I took the second lot over. I am contract complete at this point. I've got a little bit left in this trailer. So I took it all over. That's where they're storing it all, over in that big silo. So these will go back there. So there's no point in me bringing back an entire, like both trailers, because I knew there was only a little bit left to harvest. So I've got just under 2,000 litres. But let's be honest, 2,000 litres of sugarcane. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Just chew on it. I have no idea. I'm sure we'll think of something. Even if I just end up selling it, it doesn't matter. I can't turn that to seed, can I? No, I'm pretty sure that mixer doesn't take sugarcane. But anyway, this will all go back. And then what do I need to do now? I have blanked. Oh, I should get the blueprint. Which I need to take to Derek. Oh yeah, let's go down to Derek, don't I? It's been a while. Potentially my bits and bobs that I've requested are done. Derek will gain the blueprint as well, which will mean that moving forward it'll be something he can fabricate for other people as well, I suppose. That it should work out that way, shouldn't it? I bought him the materials as well, so anything over and above what I bought him, so the metals and fabric, if he didn't use all of it, he's got that as well, so I shouldn't have to pay him. But I will get a little bit of toy credits for doing that. So it's all good. I'm very happy with that. Ten past 11, back down at the market. Let's have a look and see. I'm excited to see what Derek has provided. This has been done in a couple of phases, and I have had some issues with. I think I might have put it earlier on. It depends when I edit this. The screen's been really washed out on the last mod review because of the issues I've had. The issue I caused with my internet connection in the man cave. I bought the PlayStation indoors and plugged it into my TV, and it kicked on the HDR automatically. So I've turned HDR off, and I'm hoping it's okay. I don't know. As you can see, we did get paid. Well, and I keep referring to toy money. I don't mean that as in play money. I mean that as in, you know, as we collect toys up around the map, we get paid. So when I'm getting paid in that. That's the plan anyway. So like I said, we'll see how this works. I don't know how well it's going to work. What I am going to do is go and grab the little 6-wheeler, and we'll whiz out, pick up all the various different seed bags, oat bags and things like that I know are dotted around, because we are going to need seed moving forward. But I am curious. So this one's going to be dropped off now. I've just driven past them. Just here. There we go. Now Derek did warn me the metal that we bought over from the metalworks has been sat for a while, There was a kind of light patina of rust on it, so that's why things are looking a little bit dirty, slightly rusty. But we have got forks and we have got a bucket, nicely engineered. I don't know how he does it. He must have one of those pipe fitting machines. I don't know. For pipe fittings, not for fitting pipes, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, I suppose it is just sheet metal. It is bent and, you know, generally machined and stuff, but I'm no expert. I've said that many times before. I would love to learn to weld. It's something, a skill I think is very useful. I would love to learn how to operate a lathe. I would love, you know, just to be able to turn your own stuff, whether it's a wood lathe, metal lathe, any of those things, I think would be just brilliant. Very, very useful skills to have. I keep forgetting I'm not facing that way, I'm facing the other way. Let's go that way again, sorry. There we go. So what do I grab first? I think I might whiz over. I'm going to whiz over to the metal factory and try the bucket. I don't know how this is going to work. It's because that's as low as it goes. Oh no, hang on, it goes down to there. If I tip to, oh, that's as far as that tips. Oh no, hang on. It's a high dump, isn't it? So with it being a high dump bucket, would I be able to scoop? Oh no, we'll try it. If nothing else, if I can't scoop from the ground, we've got a 5,000 litre trailer in essence, haven't we? Because I can put 5,000 litres of a crop in it, you know. If I'm running a harvester, I can raise it up to the pipe or down, or, you know. So we have got a 5,000 litre trailer in essence on here. That'll work, won't it? I'll come back for the forks. I think what I'll do, like I said, I'm going to whiz to the sawmill. I did drop off all that timber, lumber, however you refer to it, wherever you're from. And I'll grab at least one of the pallets. And then I think, although I did say this episode, but I think maybe next episode, things keep happening. People keep messaging me. Survivors come out the woodwork, and, you know, people are kind of greeting me into this community, you know, locally, and I'm getting offered. I'm just going to put those up this time, I think. It's just for their protection, if, you know, anything else. And I'm just curious to see how this will work. It's interesting how, you know, people will hold on to information. Like I say, it is a bartering system, isn't it? That's the thing. If you know, somebody just says, oh, you know, I'm feeling helpful, I'm feeling friendly, I know where something is, or I know about this, or I can make you this, or give you this, or build you that. I totally understand the bartering concept. I totally get the whole. Derek's already said to me, he knows where there are some other items of machinery. And as I've already said, I think we might have to do a bit of a more far-reaching search, I think, at some point. I need to get that mower back. We found that mower, didn't we? The zero turn. We need to get that back as well. I've got a ladder still propped up around the corner I hid just by this building. We haven't been round behind this one yet. We haven't. Yeah, there's so many places to look at. I did even wonder, as for a scrap value sort of situation, again, gave myself a little bit of credit with Derek, maybe, is if I could get that back, get the V-dub van back to him, whether he could do it up and use it, or use it for parts, or, you know, I don't know, but if we could get that back to him somehow. I'm pleased about that harvest. I'm glad we got that done. I'll have to have a look. I don't know if there's anything we can do with what we've got. Whoa! This bucket does work. That's brilliant. Because, like I say, if we can barter and trade in a bit of ore every now and again, it doesn't have to be massive, but it's not like I'm going to take all of it. But it does also mean that, oh, mind you, there is the wheel loader here, and that's in the way, isn't it? I was just thinking, it does mean we could keep this going, so if we do need more metal, but that being said, this is here and it's in the way. And that's going to be packed with electronics and whiz-bangery, isn't it? That maybe we could just push out of the way, potentially. I don't know. You know. It's all very fluid after the apocalypse. It's all... I have no plan. There is no plan. We shall see. Right, let's change there, because it just makes life a little bit easier. So what else I was going to do? Drop that down. As low as it will go to there. Tilt that forward. Will that pick anything up? It will. It's not perfect, but can we still do it? Oh yeah, it's filling. And the other thing I was worried about was the weight. 5,000 litres in this, would it be too much? But this is a big old brute, isn't it? No, it's working. That's brilliant. Oh man, this thing is so cool. This is so, and it gets cooler. It will get cooler. Trust me. Yeah. Like I say, I've dropped the blueprint off. I'm gonna take this back to. Do I want to leave it here? Oh. Yeah. I'll take you back to our yard for the time being. I've just put some more in it, haven't I? But at least it's proving it's working. This does also mean if we needed to, we can, where there's stone, and there was limestone and, was it sand? What was on the ground? We can pick that up if we need to. This thing, books. Is that what youngsters say? Something like that, isn't it? And I say, grab the forks. We'll whiz by. Now I don't know what to start with. If we're going to put in our allotment, we need some fencing bits. So I just get planks. Shall I get some beams? Maybe get some planks and beams and boards and I don't know. I've got those forks, they've got straps, so if I put one pallet of each on top, we'll bring them over. And then we can get building. I'm going to go allotment first, then we'll look at chicken coop. I'll worry about moving animals and stuff later on, that's further down the line. Like I say, if we can maybe take some more metal over to Derek and... oh yeah, because I wanted a little bridge I was looking at as well, wasn't I? I wanted to put a bridge in. Maybe he can fabricate that, bring that over, so more metal will need to be delivered. So I'll put some more in. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh! Anyone know a good mechanic that can fix suspension? I didn't even see him. It's the grey of the road and the grey of... I need to put something in here. Or maybe smash them out. I wonder if we can just... bring a big old sledgehammer. Looking at these, I don't know if you've seen it yet or not. I don't know if you're American or not. Depends where you're from in the world. I watched the other night on is it movie premieres or something at home or whatever they call it these days. That new Civil War film with Kirsten Dunst and oh my days, it was terrifying, horrifying. I think what I found most scary about it, looking at the world we live in at the moment and the things that are happening at the moment in all different countries, not just America, but how plausible it all was. If you haven't seen it, I really would urge you to watch it. It's cleverly done from the perspective of, I don't want to give anything away, I don't want to spoiler alert or anything. And I've just seen those concrete things, because yeah, there's bits in that where they come to a checkpoint and it looks just like that. But I kind of came off the back of watching it thinking, whoa, no, we are on a precipice. We are teetering on the brink. I think a lot of the time teetering on the brink, it doesn't take a lot, does it, for a little bit of civil unrest, and then you get looting and you get trouble and you get violence, and it seems to be a very quick, not always quick, I suppose, sometimes it takes, a long time for a society to get fed up or annoyed, or to the point where things could change dramatically, But yeah, I would urge you, if you get a chance, watch it. Wow, what a film. Yeah. Quite scary how far people can fall as well, I think, is the other thing. We used to do it was not Ultimate Questions, what was it about? We used to do a series of lessons in year 5 or year 6, it might have been year 6, and it was about law and laws and rules, and it might have been in RE actually. 10 Commandments, that kind of stuff. And then we looked at the rule of law, and there was always the question we would ask is, if there were no rules and no laws, what would happen? And everyone said immediately, oh, it'd be violence and looting, and people would do whatever they wanted. And I always ask the question, as a person, as you know you more than anybody else, if somebody said tomorrow there are no rules, would you suddenly go on a rampage? Are you the sort of person that is predisposed to just rampaging, you know, rampaging and looting? Is that what we perceive from what we see on the television, from television programs, or are we really that close on the brink all the time that if the rule of law disappears, if post-apocalypse, that kind of thing, do we just devolve that quickly? I don't know. It's just, I think watching that film's really, doing this as well has really made my brain start ticking over all these concepts and ideas. But anyway, I'm going to go and get those forks. 12:03, I'm back. I gathered some supplies. I've got wood beams, I've got some long planks, I've got some planks for posts, little fence, shed, whatever I decide to put up when I build my allotment. I'm going to speak to Derek, see if he's got any more metal left, because I definitely want to put a little bridge across here. There is a bridge out over there, but it means coming into the field way over there, because it's fenced in all the way up, and driving right over across the field. So I think it would be easier, quicker. Don't know where to put it, maybe here, across this bit potentially, and it's easier getting to and from. I'm thinking of putting the little allotment, it's a greenhouse allotment, maybe back here potentially. I want to keep, if I do animals, I want to keep them closer, so I think if I put the allotment a bit further out, maybe on this sort of flattish area up here. I'm very pleased with how that's going. I'm very pleased with how it's all gone. We have new friends. It's very cool. Survivors Network. I'm thinking actually whether I should add in a new design on the old merch line. Have a Apocalypse Survivors t-shirt or something, or a sweatshirt or a sticker, or I don't know. Just crossed my mind. Anyway, we have to check out the concrete factory at some point, because we have got a mixer. We could do concrete. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Before I forget, let's grab the 6-wheeler. I had to whiz out and pick up the remaining bags of oats and that bag of seed that worked its way out of the concrete, out of the tarmac somehow. Not sure. I'm going to grab a sledgehammer. Let's turn those off. Were they off? I'm going to grab a sledgehammer because these concrete blocks that I mentioned earlier, I just came a cropper again coming along the road with the lumber from the sawmill. So I think if I grab a sledgehammer, I'm just going to knock out these two, this one here and this one. It's not so I'm still not going to drive into them. It's only because when I've got stuff on the back of that, because the way that drives, I was watching the wooden load and realising it was wonky, it wasn't on straight. I was watching that and then suddenly came to a really abrupt halt and thought, what's going on? And I just straight into this. So yeah. Haha. Anyway. On that apocalyptic bombshell. Maybe I should leave them. I don't know. No, we'll take it out. I'm going to go and grab those bits and bobs. That's the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying it. I'm loving it. Having a great old time. Apart from the various different things that have been going wrong over the last week, which seem to be throwing spanners in the works here and there. You know, we're getting there. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.